Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ding's Metaverse. I hope you're having a wonderful week and looking forward to the weekend. So today I'm just going to do a very quick video on the little announcement that I'm making. So first of all, congratulations to Miss Ding Ding, achieved a 3,000 plus followers today. So thanks very much for the lovely community of the crypto space, in particular the Bored Ape Yacht Club members and NFT space largely, but also some of the early followers and friends that I have made in the space. So really happy. I've achieved that in a relatively short window, but also I really enjoy just being on Twitter. It's such a addictive activity to do. Sometimes I see people wanting to have a break because they're doing too much and over spending time on social media. But as we all know, crypto space has always been such a wonderful place and busy place that you go jump between Discord with all these lovely projects that you're following and different channels that you're trying to engage or get information from. Twitter is also the place that you go for a lot of new information. And then if you're an NFT player, you go on OpenSea to look at all different pictures and projects, which is always quite eye-catching, but also news of all different things, like if you're after some freebies, or if you're a trader or a big player in terms of, observing all different coins and projects. It keeps you busy non-stop. It literally is a 24/7 job. But it's exciting. It's evolving and advancing every second. So it's just amazing. So I have made a little announcement. Actually, I don't know if my live stream is actually it's not actually being live streamed on. It is being live streamed, but it doesn't say on Twitter anymore because I'm live streaming my screen. So I'm just gonna do a little share. Drawing me to show. I'm probably doing it in the wrong sequence, but anyway. Okay. So many news happening today. So reaching 3,000 followers, I'd like to get some more YouTube subscriptions, but obviously down to people who are willing to listen and happy to watch my video from time to time. If it's really boring, annoying to you, then don't do that. I don't want to force anyone, but I would appreciate some subscribers because I'm trying to do live stream or short video every day. So it's a bit of a challenge to actually try to put out content every day, but I really enjoy doing it because I actually studied TV and film in my first degree. And one of my little documentary I made actually was broadcasted on the Chinese education channel. So I was quite happy to make video at the time. And also in crypto space, there are so many people I learn from. So I made a video yesterday or the day before yesterday on the few favorite crypto YouTubers I watch. So I do learn from other people as well as trying to share my views and value of not only crypto space, but also, I guess, life in general to people. But in future, when I'm traveling, I will be showing more content of fun stuff as well. So I don't want to just stick with one area. I want to stick with myself, my life, and people who appreciate my content, and also beyond. So if you have any ideas or stuff you particularly want to know that I might know about, I'll be very happy to work on those. So Anyway, so that's part of my pinned tweet. So so yeah, I'm just basically gonna give out 3 of my NFTs from my series Are You From Japan, which is my first NFTs. And all you need to do is retweet and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're happy to. I see 9 people already retweeted, but not only 2 people took screenshots. So please do that so I know you actually have subscribed. And I will make an announcement tomorrow evening. So yeah, so the collection is this one. It's my first one, and I'm working on my second one already. So I won't disappoint you. I will keep creating art because I'll tell you why. I always wanted to learn drawing and painting, but in my childhood, I actually learned English and piano. So I'm grade 6 in piano playing. And that's probably why I have done a live stream pianoing the other day on Halloween. A friend of mine's, actually it's a friend of my boss, invited me to go to his house party, and I was doing a live stream playing one of, actually he told me it was one of the best piano in the world, but because I didn't have a very good sound picking up system, I only used my laptop. That's funny now, looking at me like going wrong. So the sound quality was actually pretty terrible, I think. Oops, I'm just gonna pause that. But actually it was a really, really, really lovely grand piano. And they had like 3 grand pianos. So this is one traditional piano, and there was actually a Yamaha piano on the other side, which is electronic, and then there's a little piano here. So it's like amazing. I just really enjoyed doing that. Even that actually 46 people looked at it. Thanks for bearing with it. So yeah, so I was saying I love art and I love drawing and painting. I try to learn. I learned myself for bits and pieces, gradually picking up. I did TV and film, and I did photography degree as well. So I have, I guess, some foundation in art. So I am always I remember in university time, I did drawing on human body, just different activity or little jobs I get, but also drawing and painting on T-shirts to sell them, and all different things with my friends and mates in the college. So just whatever I can do with art, I always liked it. So now with discovery of NFTs, I just understand that it's just such a great opportunity for those who wanted to do art but never actually had the courage or opportunity to do it. NFT space is just a wonderful place for you to try it. You're never going to lose anything. The worst scenario is your stuff is not sold or don't get sold. So what? I'm assuming that people all have their mainstream of income. Unless you're a professional artist trying to work as a full-time NFT artist, then that's different. You're relying on your income. But for me, it's more important to express myself the way I want and the way I can. And I think in order for my project to be welcomed, I think a lot of people appreciate it, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee you can sell. But I think if I have a community that likes me, believe in my art, and like and appreciate it, I'm happy. And I guess that's why I've got followers. I've got people who started to gradually make subscriptions on my channel. Hopefully there's something that I'm creating that's got value, that's being recognized. So I'm happy. Because for those YouTubers that I have been following for about half a year, they would have been in the market for 4, 5, 6, 8 years of crypto space, and they would have been doing YouTube once a day, twice a day, 3 times a week for years. I think minimum 2 years, probably longer. One of them has been doing it for like 3, 4 years, twice a day. So that's where and how they accumulate, tens of thousands and 500,000 or 1,000,000 of subscribers. It's just a consistency, and it's like you got to be so determined to do things that you believe in. I think to believe is the most important, and that's where your energy comes from, and also a determination of keep going. So that's what I discovered through NFT space and in crypto, is that art is one of my favorite things I always want to do. And my mom knows that, and she sent me to study English and piano. But she always said, I know you are talented in art. It's such a regret that I never sent you to, learn art when you were a kid. And I always say, yeah, that's all your fault, as a joke. But actually, I mean, I really appreciate the fact that my mom sent me to study whatever, she can think of in her age and in her knowledge. No parents is perfect, and one should always appreciate what their parents do to give them life, to feed them up, to bring them up, to do their best to try to educate you. So I just want to, and this is my first series, A Year from Japan, and some of you might already, if you have already watched one of my video, I'm kind of talkative about why I was doing it in one of my opening video. Oh, it's replacing here. It doesn't matter. It's literally just because how I look, and since I came to the UK 14, 15 years ago, I have always been mistaken as Japanese, and it's probably not a big deal to a lot of Chinese girls, because if they're around in Japan or somewhere else, they probably are mistaken because we look very similar, because we're all East Asia people. But to me, it's not just about that. It's about a lot of the culture behind things that I also discovered through my journey, especially like some of the art I expressed or drawed. For example, this one, I was wearing a Chinese hanfu, which is the traditional clothing for the Han Chinese back to 3,000-4,000 years. But because what happened in the Chinese history, that Qing dynasty of Manchu people took over the Han Chinese, and they didn't allow those Han Chinese to wear hanfu anymore. So for hundreds of years, Chinese people or Han Chinese people lost their clothing. So they had to wear something else, which is later acknowledged as qipao. But modern qipao is slightly different and evolved as well. So it's like, to us, because what happened in history in the past 100 years, a lot of us didn't even know what the traditional clothing was, apart from all these Kung Fu TV you can watch. But we were not educated very much in those sense, in terms of the clothing system, what actually we had in history, which was really, really rich clothing system, including clothing, accessories, shoes, and hair style. So it's just really fascinating, the culture behind everything. So it's definitely not just how I look, that's probably the least important parts. So for example, the third drawing I did is a Tang tea ceremony. Sorry if I'm talking too much about my project, but I'm just really passionate, and I take this opportunity to actually introduce to people not just one by one, probably just a few. So since like this one, I sold two of them. Two of my friends bought them because one of the girl bought them because she was with me at the Tang tea ceremony. So this is actually a Tang Chinese hanfu, and this was actually making tea. So it's like, I guess a lot of the Chinese probably wouldn't know like how we were drinking tea in Tang Dynasty. So that was in 600 to 800. So that's like over 1,300 years ago, right? And these are the items unearthed from a place called Famen Temple in North China, and this would be used in the court by the royal family, because these are all gold and silver made, and the tea would need to be compressed in like a little cube or a round shape and stored in places like these. And then you will need to use fire to heat it up. So you would put it in this, and then you would press it to make it a little pounder, and then you use that to filter it, and you store it here in this turtle, and then you cook it, and you have to put salt in and stuff. So it was really different. So that was the Tang tea ceremony I was drawing, and I had experience in the modern days when people were trying to revive what we had in the past. And then the background is actually a Japanese temple with the tea room being built by the army, by the somebody called Lord Ashikaga Yoshimasa, founded the Tojin Temple. So back in 1341, and it's really complicated because 1341 would be, I think, after Song Dynasty, or just towards the end of Song, probably after Song Dynasty. And the Japanese tea ceremony, as far as we know now, were largely influenced by how the Song people in the Song Dynasty drink tea. So that's Japanese tea ceremony coming from mocha and everything. So mocha is the little green tea powder. So there are a lot of stuff behind scenes that I researched. So while I was creating this, no matter what paper I choose, what color or form of art I choose, my head was full of the stories and history and culture behind things. And I also had this opportunity to actually learn a lot of the Japanese culture as well as Chinese culture. So it has been a really fascinating journey for me, for my self-reflection and study as well. And in particular, the last piece I did, so that's number 6, called the Noor culture, which slightly, shocked me in a way that my knowledge was so inadequate in terms of how I understand these face masks are. Actually, they were originally used as a ceremony to worship the god, to get rid of the evil, and they were not a form of entertainment at all in ancient Chinese period or time. But later on was developed by all sorts of different people in different places. And the Japanese has had no performance and no music as well, called something else. So it's called Japanese Noa and Japanese Kyogen. So it's just so interesting to me to go through this journey. And I've also hidden some secret content here. So if you're either buying or lucky enough to get some freebies, then you would be able to click this reveal unlockable content and discover what I hide inside. I've put a little mini game inside, so I thought it would be fun for people who have really taken interest in my work. So anyway, that's enough of my introduction of the work. So just do remember, you follow me on YouTube and retweet, and then just take a screenshot like those guys to enter. I mean, I've only saw 2 people taking screenshots. So if you're the 3rd one, then you're probably going to win it by tomorrow. I don't know. I think it's Friday evening. People are really busy with their stuff. They probably are not really paying much attention to any NFT projects, really, because they get a lot of freebies or minting stuff. But at least if I give you a freebie, you don't need to pay any gas fee. So that's all good. So anyway, that's all what I want to say today. Hope you take an interest, at least get to know some of the stuff I put behind the work. It's actually quite interesting. I think one of the buyers bought this Totoro, because Totoro is a famous icon. But it's actually really fascinating how Lady Dai, which is a lady discovered from a Han tomb from 2,000 years ago. Her whole body is still there in the Changsha Hunan Museum in Hunan province. And this is wooden plate that historically they used from 2,000 years ago, with drawing of cats on the plate. So it's really fascinating how what sort of creation that ancient Chinese did. That's from 2,000 years ago, these patterns. So that's where I get the inspiration from. So I really enjoyed creating that. I had like 7 or 8 different format of creating this piece, combining Lady Di's cats with the Totoro. But and in the end, I come up with this one as the final design. So it's just really enjoyable process to actually do that and putting all the stuff in my head together and through art. So and there are actually people appreciating it. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that. So thanks very much for watching. I hope I hope you can like participate in this. Now I will be starting working on my second series of NFT, which will be to do with apes, but also to do with the ancient Chinese methodology. So that's something I have been like thinking for a long time to work on. It's gonna take me probably a few weeks to like 2-3 months, but I hope I will come up with something amazing to show you. So yeah, anyway, that's today. Hope you have a nice weekend. Please, like and